Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I just want to apologize. I was doing so well with the consistency and I was so fired up with the videos that I was putting out. And then I went to England and I prepared this video beforehand so that I could edit it and have it uploaded whilst I was in England. And I got sick with a really nasty cold, and then my wife got sick, and then my son got sick. So it was just a hectic trip. And then when we got back to work, just kind of getting over that cold, I still got a little bit of a sore throat. It's just been so busy, and obviously with Christmas coming up, it's been even more busy. And I finally got down to going over the video that I had planned to edit in England, and I messed it up. I was rushed when I was recording it, and I made some mistakes. So I figured I'll just re-record it all and do it a little bit better. Plus, a little sneak peek of the Office 2.0, the final form. I'll be doing an office tour in the beginning of 2022. God, it sounds weird to say that. But I'll be going over kind of everything I've done. I feel like I'm very happy with how this is. Can't wait to show it. So definitely subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can know when that drops. But let's get down to this video. So this is an everyday carry, kind of tech everyday carry video. Basically what I bring when I travel, whether it's domestic or international. So obviously, you know, travel hasn't been the norm for the last couple of years, but things are slowly getting back to normal. So I figured now's a good time to kind of go over some things that are very important to me and vital to my traveling. Things that I really can't do without, and then obviously things that I bring with me to help create the content that I create. So to begin with, let's go over the backpack that I use. Now this backpack I haven't changed for about 2 years now. It took me a while to kind of figure out which one fit well with my needs and one that was very comfortable for my usage, because I do a lot of hiking, but then also I like to use this backpack for just kind of day-to-day travel as well. So my backpack of choice is the Wandered Provoke. Now I've done a whole video review on this bag and I have nothing bad to say about this. This is the generation 2 or the version 2. In fact, I think it's the version 3 now of their Provoke bag. But they have made some incredible changes, or upgrades should I say, from their previous version, mostly interior wise, but this bag is amazing. So I'll kind of show you the inside. It's really hard to see, obviously, because it's all black inside, but it's essentially a hollow bag. And Wandered makes these camera cubes. So this is a medium camera cube and this is a small camera cube. You can get a large, which is just the same size as the medium and the small, but these are separate kind of entities. So they're also hollow, and you get these kind of foam padded dividers that are Velcro. So you can lay it out however you want, which is amazing. And obviously a lot of camera bags are like this, but I just feel that Wandered have it down with their design and their quality. They're based in Utah as well, which is really nice. And I kind of have it laid out how I, you know, carry my things on a daily basis. So I have one camera body and lens right here, and then my drone will go here, another lens will go here, tech pouch will go here, and then drone controller and batteries will go there as well. Another thing that I love about this bag is it has a roll top. So you can stuff a jumper in there, or a hoodie or something, or a raincoat, more batteries, water bottles, whatever it may be. And then this is something that's unique to the version 2, so the newest one, and that is this updated design on the back. So you've got extra pockets and then 2 sleeves, so a laptop sleeve, and then essentially like a iPad tablet sleeve. And then the straps on this backpack are really, really good. They're very padded, much better than the first generation, although I had no complaints about the first. And then the padding, they upgraded the padding on the actual back as well. Just a very comfortable backpack. I've taken this on, you know, like 5 to 10 mile hikes. I've taken it backpacking, like an overnight backpacking trip, and it's been really comfortable. And it's also water resistant, and it does have a kind of shell that you can put on to make it like fully waterproof in like a rainstorm or something. Okay, so that's the bag. Let's get on to what I actually put in that backpack. So my camera of choice currently, I'm filming on the R6 right now, but I'm slowly making a transition over to Sony. And that is because of this one lens right here. So as you know, I'm a Tamron ambassador. Absolutely love their lenses. I've been shooting them for the last like 4 years. And they just released the 35 to 150 f2 to 2.8. You heard me right. 35 to 150, f2 to 2.8. That is just insane. I think it's the first of its kind. Obviously, Canon has the 28 to 70 f2, but 35 going all the way to 150 millimeters and ending at f2.8 is phenomenal. Plus, it's not a big lens. It's about the same size as a 24 to 105, about the same weight as well. But this is definitely a new generation in Tamron lenses. Quality is absolutely fantastic. So this is the main reason as to why I'm making the transition over to Sony. I have pre-ordered the A7 IV because I can't live without a flip out screen. I'm probably going to keep Canon. We'll see. I don't really like juggling systems, and I can't wait for the day when Tamron releases Canon lenses for the RF mount. But Canon's being a bit of a pain, so it's not Tamron that's to blame, it's Canon. They're being rather stingy with their mount system. But one day we'll see it for sure. So, camera of choice, doesn't really matter. I use the R6 or the A7 III or the A7 IV when that arrives. But I love the kind of mid-range focal length, hence a 35 to 150. Primarily, I would use this lens right here, which is the Tamron 24 to 70 f2.8 for Canon, and I adapt it to my R6. But I really enjoy the mid-range focal length. That's the main thing to take from this. Second lens of choice is some form of ultra-wide, and I'm filming with the 17 to 35 by Tamron right now, and I've ordered the 17 to 28 for the Sony system as well. So that's kind of like my go-to. I don't really have a telephoto lens. I don't feel like I'm drawn toward that focal length, so I just kind of stick with two lenses really. Next thing in my camera bag is I mentioned drone, and my current drone that I'm using for the most part is the Mavic 2 Pro. This is just a workhorse drone. I really have no bad things to say about this. I did test out the Mavic 3 Pro, and frankly, I was not impressed with it. I don't want to go into too much detail because I didn't record anything in regards to that drone, but this can do about 90% of what that drone can do. And my one complaint, which is a huge complaint with the Mavic 3 Pro, is the controller. They did not, sadly, use this controller that there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. They went with the same controller that they had in the Air 2S and the Air 2, basically to kind of pigeonhole consumers into buying their new smart controller, which is $1,100. That's probably not the main reason, but it is definitely a reason, I believe. And the controller that they give you is just really bad. The fact that you now have a variable aperture again, because it's the Pro series, but there's no scroll wheel on the controller. Everything is done via the touchscreen. I live in Utah and winters get very, very cold, and it's not that nice having to take gloves off in the freezing cold to fiddle around with the touchscreen. Whereas this controller, there's two scroll wheels that I can do the gimbal movements and then change whatever setting I have it keybound to. It's a shame that they've done that, but like I said, no complaints with the 2 Pro. Does everything that I need. Next up is what is in this pouch right here. So this is the Harbour London kind of mini tech pouch. And inside here, I have the iPad 6 mini, 6th generation, which pairs very nicely with the Apple Pencil. This is what I do kind of my editing on the go. The screen is perfect. I have a video on this. If you want to check that out, it's down below. And then what else I have in this tech pouch is not full. I don't have everything that I would usually have in here, but I have cables, some pens, my card reader for my iPad, and then not my main cards, but I got my National Parks Pass here, my green card, and then some cash that I carry in there. So that kind of goes in my bag as well, but it's nice to keep things a little bit separated. Speaking of separated, these are the Wandered tech pouches. I've done a video on these as well. They came out, I think, in April of this year. I would say check that video out, but the audio quality is terrible. I was in the process of figuring out how to actually create good audio for videos. So don't watch that one. These tech pouches, all these links are down below if you're interested in purchasing them. They are affiliate links for the most part, so they do help out this channel, greatly appreciated. But just for your information, they are down below if you want to check them out. So Wandered came out with 3 tech pouches, and they are incredible. I love to keep my bags as organized as possible and keeping things separate. Camera gear and drones, obviously I don't want to put those in extra bags because they don't move around too much. But things like my GoPro, filters, chargers, cables, I don't like them just floating around in my bag. Enter the Wandered tech pouches. So, largest first. This is the large one. And essentially it's a large main pocket. I don't want to spill out everything, but one large main pocket, and then there's a felt lined zipper pocket at the front. So generally what I'll put in here is lens cloths, cables, and in the main pocket I have my memory card holder, Jackery power bank. This is great because it's USB-C and USB-A, and it has a little LED display showing you how much battery percent is left. And then I will have my Nintendo Switch in here as well, but that's upstairs. I mean, you can't really see, but there are these mesh pockets so you can keep things even more organized inside this pouch. So that's the large one. Let's move on to the medium one. So this one is kind of a funny layout. It's a little bit different. It's like a accordion layout inside. And here I'll just have my charger for my camera and then filters. And that's pretty much it for the most part. I think I can fit my Rode VideoMic Pro Plus in here as well. And then for the small pouch, this is just kind of an open pouch with 2-3 mesh pockets. And I don't use this GoPro anymore, so that doesn't actually go in there. But what I put in here is the brick for my MacBook Pro. And then I also put the brick for my iPad Pro in here as well. And then the cable for my MacBook Pro goes in here too. And it just helps me to know, like, I'm used to where things go. So if I'm like, oh, I need to charge my iPad or I need to charge my MacBook, then I grab this tech pouch knowing that everything I need is in that one. Speaking of MacBook Pro, this is kind of a surprise. A lot of you are new here. I'm greatly appreciative over the new subscribers who have joined over the last month or so. And it mainly came from my 16-inch MacBook Pro review. So what I have here is the 14-inch MacBook Pro. Now, I will be doing a separate video on this, but for the most part, I'm kind of surprised by how good this is. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. But bottom line is, I also have a laptop with me that just slides right into the Wandered Provoke backpack. And now these new MacBooks are incredible. If you haven't seen the video, definitely check it out. Just the same applies to the 16-inch and the 14-inch. The extra ports, the beloved SD card slot that's back, absolutely zero complaints. So happy. These are my headphones of choice. These are the Bose SoundLink 2. No complaints about these. They're incredibly lightweight and they fit my ears, which is the most important thing. I have rather large ears in case you haven't noticed. And these are a round ear headphones. So they go, you know, around the ear, not on the ear or over the ear. And they are incredibly comfortable. And then they come with this really nice Bose carrying case. So that's pretty much it for my tech everyday carry essentials. If you have any questions about the products that I've talked about or something you've seen in previous videos that I actually haven't mentioned or neglected to mention, just drop a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer. Thank you all so much for the support. It's great to have all these new people. So if you are new, welcome. I hope you stay. Hit the bell notification because new videos will be coming. I'm feeling a lot better and kind of settled down after that international trip. First international trip in 2 years. It kind of really took it out of me. So thanks for sticking around, even though there was a kind of drought for a couple of weeks of no content. But definitely check out my Instagrams at Johnny Roams or at JohnnyHill_UK because I have stayed active on there, despite the fact that I found it difficult to get a video out over the last couple of weeks. So a quick rundown of the next couple of videos. We're going to have a review of the Tamron 35-150. We're going to have a adventure video. If you're from the early days of this channel, I kind of started doing adventure vlogging. So those will be making a comeback as well. And then obviously we'll have the full office tour. And this is the basement. So there is a lot more behind the camera. Can't wait to show it to you guys. So hit the bell notification so you know when it'll be dropping. And until next time, I'll see you later.